All right, so my name is Zachary Knight. I am a web developer and game developer, and I am not successful at it yet, but we're all striving. But back in 2014, there was a challenge that I discovered. It's called the One Game a Month Challenge. That's their logo. I'm not that creative. But the idea was created by, oh golly, I just spaced on his name now. I'll have to look that up here in a little bit if you guys want to know about that one. But the idea was created just for the sole purpose of seeing if it could actually happen. And the guy, man, I feel bad now. But the guy that did it, he said, okay, I'm going to do it. He did it, and then he decided, this is a great challenge for anybody that wants to do game development and just wants to build up their skills and build up a portfolio. And so, what is it? What's the One Game a Month Challenge? It's exactly what it sounds like. It's the goal of making one game every month for an entire year, so a total of 12 games. And 12 games is plenty of games for anybody's portfolio. And they can be anything, small little game jam games. If you have a whole month to work on a game, it can be something pretty spectacular, I think. But yeah, it's just that's the concept is super simple, and it's not even that hard to do. How's it done? Very carefully. Yeah, that's to me is exactly what you got to do is just be careful and get it done. Use what you know. It's all to me it's a way to strengthen and build up the skill set that I already have, and that's what I'm striving to use it for. Some people like to use it to experiment with a new style of gameplay or a new art style or something like that. But for the most part, most people just use what they know because it's, that's the best way to get it done quick. And finally, keep the games simple. The whole KISS concept, I took the stupid out because I don't like to be that negative, but keep it simple. These game concepts, you're making a game in the course of a month, and you're not going to have room to make a epic 90-hour RPG or anything of that nature. For the most part, you're going to make little games like Amazing Mazes there, which was, when I first made that, it was just 4 little mazes that you follow through and find a flag. And that's one of that. That was as simple as I could get, and it actually turned out to be a pretty good game when I expanded on it later. But like with all things, there is a catch, and and it's nothing terrible. You're not gonna destroy the world or anything, but you're probably not gonna get rich. You're making these little tiny games. Nobody's gonna pay money for them. You might be able to get some good tips or something on itch.io. I've actually had a few people pay me $1 or $2, and I've made up to this day $3 off of my games. So it's possible. It's possible to make something, but you're not gonna become notch over the course of this challenge. And then you're going to have to push yourself. And this is an area where I feel like I struggle the most with. This and one of the other areas too. But you really got to push yourself. And I decided to do this challenge for this year, and I've actually already screwed up January. I didn't get that game done, and it's because I didn't push myself. And I feel bad. So now I'm going to have to either extend it to the first January of next year, or try to fit in 2 games in 1 month this year if I want to do actual 12 games. But you can, and then you'll have to battle procrastination. which is another area where I struggle. And my son earlier asked me what procrastination is. I told him I'd tell him tomorrow. And he looked it up, and then he started hitting me. But no, procrastination is a hard thing to deal with, but the idea with the 1 game a month challenge is you're giving yourself a strict deadline, and you train yourself over the course of the year to stick to those deadlines. And it will actually help you deal with that and become better at not procrastinating. And then finally, as I mentioned earlier, you're not going to make any giant, epic games, but you will make something cool. You know, and even if it's just cool for you. So why do it? You know, why is this something that we should do, that we want to do? And the answers are pretty simple: because you can. You know, why else do you do things? That's my reason. You know, of course, I would love to be rich. I would love to make this epic 15-chapter RPG that I've had stewing through my mind since I was 12 years old, but, you know, it's not going to happen. But, as I said earlier, it's a way to build your skills. You know, if you use what you know, you're going to build the skills that you have and develop the game, or develop those skills and be able to make better games at the end of this challenge. And it's also a good way to teach you restraint. Feature creep is something that we all have to deal with at some point in time. You know, these games that we start out, you know, I want to make a first-person shooter MMO RTS, and I want to compete with every game in existence. You know, no, you're not. But you know, if you can teach yourself to make just a simple maze game, or just a well, actually, that's an RPG, so I can't say that one's kind of simple. That was actually my most difficult game there, back in 2014. But you know, you just got to do it, and you cut things out, and then finally you get to try new things. Back in 2014, I made every game that I made was something different. You know, different style of gameplay. I kind of stuck to the same art style and stuff just to keep it easy on myself, because I had all these art assets on hand, which again, going back, using what you know, what you have. But I learned a lot of great things from doing this. So you know, this year, my challenge, I decided that this year I wasn't going to do a different game every month, or a different game style every month. I want to do an episodic adventure, make a 12-part story over the course of the year, and you know, each chapter is probably only going to be like 20 minutes of gameplay, but you know, maybe 30 minutes if I'm lucky. But you know, if I really work at it and get good, I could actually make some decent length ones there at the end. But so that's something that I want to try to do, is make a long-form game, and something that I haven't done yet, and do it over 12 months. And unfortunately, I don't have the first episode of the game done like I hope to do. But anyways, man, I keep jiggling my little mouse here, and now that's covered up. And then, of course, the last reason is to make more games. And, you know, and that's pretty self-explanatory. And can it be done? Of course, you know, absolutely. Plenty of people have done it. Actually click that. There we go. You know, the 1 Game a Month challenge is hosted at onegameamonth.com, and there's hundreds of people that do this, you know, that have done this over the course of the 4 or 5 years that it's been around, and they're there to look at. I don't think there's any kind of sorting or anything, but you know, myself back in 2014, I only ended up making 6 games out of 12 months, which, you know, to me was a personal best, because prior to that I made like 2 games over the course of 5 years, so and they were mostly the equivalent of 1 game a month. But if you want to follow what I'm doing and you want to learn more about the 1 game a month challenge, I'm doing a Patreon now. But if you don't want to, if you don't feel like supporting me there, yeah, I don't blame you, because I don't have anything to show for it yet. You can also follow me on Twitter at Easy Night and DK_gaming. Those are my personal and my gaming Twitter accounts. And then DivineKnightGaming.com will have links to all the eventual games that I finish. But that's basically it. I'm not very good at slides or anything like that. So anybody have any questions?
Chris from Funky Pants, is that
Yes, Funky Pants. That's right. Thank you. Yeah, Chris McFunky Pants. Yeah, he's a great guy to follow on Twitter. I like his feed, and yeah, he's done some amazing stuff over the course of the years. He's been one of my game dev heroes over the last 5 years. Anything else? All right, thank you.